Okay, so we're recording. Okay, so this is how to solve a 3 by 3, a 3 by 3 by hand. And once again, understand that don't have to do it this way. You have computers, calculators. Eventually, I'll show it to you. So here's the original equation. Please write this down and be neat. Especially you guys that are a little bit unorganized and messy, you're going to have trouble. But if you keep everything lined up and everything kind of squared away, you'll be all right. Okay. There's my system of 3 by 3. All right. Now, you look at those three equations. When we did 2 by 2s, you said, oh, I'm going to eliminate x or I'm going to eliminate y. Do you remember? What decided about x or y? Anybody? It's okay. Tell me. How do you decide when to eliminate x or y on a 2 by 2? Whichever's easier. Absolutely. Look at these. I look at the x, I look at the y, and I look at the z's. Which ones of those three do you think is easiest to eliminate? I'm going with y. I've heard a lot of you say y. And the reason being, well, some are negative, some are positive. That one's got a 1 in front of it. Yeah? I think it's easier to eliminate the y's here. Once again, it makes no difference which ones you eliminate. So make your life easier. Look at it for a minute before you start. I have to eliminate the y twice. Not just once, like in the 2 by 2s. We have to do it twice. Since you've decided to eliminate the y, you're going to do it here, and here, or there. You have to take like first and second, or the second and the third, or the first and the third. But you're going to have to do it twice because you have to eliminate it from both of them. Does that make sense? So, generally, if I'm going to do one of those, I'll take the top two equations, and I'll eliminate what I've decided to eliminate. We've decided to eliminate the y's. I'm kind of ignoring this right now, you see? I'm not even looking at that third one. I'm going to do these two and eliminate the y. How would I do that? How would I eliminate y? I would multiply this one by 2. What would I multiply the top one by? 1. Now, that's a waste of time. I'm aware of that. But I would do it this way every single time, and you will make fewer mistakes. So I would rewrite the top one, multiplying through by 1, which in essence, I'm just rewriting that equation again. And I know you're saying, well, that's a waste of time, but you know what? Waste of time on these kind of problems. Because it's way harder to find your mistake if you don't. If you make a mistake. Okay, does everyone see what I've done there? Just multiply through the second equation by 2. And now I just do the regular elimination. I'll add them together. What do you get here? Huh? Come on, what do you get? 7x. That gone. That's what we wanted. Plus what? 10z equals 19. Okay. And that's not so hard. So what I do with this equation over here is I'll just take it over here and park it. Okay? So just park it over here for now. 7x plus 10z equals 19. I'm going to forget about that one for a while. Okay? Now, I just put it over there and look, I'm going to forget about it. Since I chose to eliminate the y and I used equation 1 and 2, I need to eliminate the y again. But now, I can't use equation 1 and 2 again or I get the same one. So I need to use either 1 and 3 or 2 and 3. Are you with me? I got to do the same exact thing again, but choose 2 other equations other than equation 1 and equation 2. Yeah? So I happen to I chose these two, equation 2 and equation 3. So I'm not thinking about that anymore. Right? I am going to do the same thing I did before. It's actually just doing the exact same thing. Only now I'm using equation 2 and 3, and I must eliminate the y again, because I eliminated the y in the first one. Yeah? So, I've got this. So how am I going to eliminate the y's? What do? Elise, what should I do? Ignore the top equation now. I want to eliminate the y, so what should I multiply what by? Okay, and the top and the second one by? Correct. I would multiply the second one by -3 and the bottom one by 1. Do you see what that will do for me? I'll have positive 3y in the second one, and I'll have negative 3y here. You see it? I would take the time and write this down. So I'm going to do it again. Ready? What do I get on top? I get negative 6x plus 3y minus 9z equals negative 12. Correct? Anybody? Then I get, just write that second one down again. The third one, 5x minus 3y plus 5z equals negative 1. Okay? Now I simply add those two equations together again. What do you get here? Come on. Bill. See what I got there? What do I do with that equation? I am going to go and park it next to that other one that I already have parked up there. The equation that I'm going to do is this one right here. Negative 1x minus 4z equals negative 13. So all that work I've done right there gets me to where we were in section 3.1 and 3.2. Now I have a 2x2 system. I just ignore all this for now. I pretend I'm starting a brand new problem, that one. So you don't have to worry about what you've eliminated before, whatever. You just pretend this is a brand new problem. What would you eliminate here? Sorry? I would eliminate the x. Because how would you do that? I would simply multiply this one by 7, this one by 1. Now, sometimes you're going to multiply both equations again, but in this case, I don't have to. So the top one is 7x plus 10z equals 19. I did not change that one. The second one will be negative 7x minus 28z equals, that's negative 91. I just go ahead and I do my elimination here. What do you get here? Come on, anybody. Negative 18 z equals, I believe that's 72 negative if you do it. That'll be negative 72. I divide each by negative 18. And then I get what? Z equals 4. So I've got my z. I know z is 4. So all I have to do now is just finish this 2x2. Just remember, we're just going to complete this problem, and once I get the other one, then I'll go back over here and find the third. So since I found z is 4, I'm going to take that 4 and use one of these equations here to find x. Right. Doesn't really make any difference which one you do. I did the top one. So the top equation is 7x plus 10z equals 19. 7x plus 10z equals 19. I take this z that I just found and I plop it in there. So I have 7x plus 10z, well, not the z though, but I know z. What's z? 4 equals 19. So 7x plus 40 equals 19. So 7x equals, I believe that's negative 21, if I'm not mistaken. So then x is going to equal negative 3. So far, I have found 2 of the 3. X is negative 3, z is 4. It's at this point now you go back to one of the original equations. It really doesn't make any difference which one you pick. And you plug in the z and the x you found and find y. Yeah? Now I chose the top one. But it really makes no difference here. So I'm just going to choose the top equation in the original problem. And that top equation was this. 3x plus 2y plus 4z equals 11. So I have my x and my y, or my x and my z from over there. I'm just going to take the x, put it there. I'm going to take the z, put it right there. I have 3 times negative 3 plus 2 times y plus 4 times 4 equals 11. Okay, and now I'll just continue on down. Yeah, Julie. I can't hear you. Yeah, let me finish this one first. So I have negative 9 plus 2y plus 16 equals 11. The rest is pretty easy. 2y, I believe that's plus 7, isn't it? And then 2y equals 4, y equals 2. So I have my ordered triple now, don't I? What was that? Negative 3, z, y, and z. So that's what it is. Now, of course, you ought to take those 3 answers and go back. At least, you should really check it in all of them. But at least put it in one or the other. Since I use the top one to find the final variable, I would use one of these two just to double check that I've got it right. And if you do that, let's just do it in our heads here. What was x? Negative 3. What was y? 2. And what's z? 4. So let's just at least do this much. So that would be negative 15. What's this? Minus 6. And what's that? Plus 20. That's negative 21 plus 20. What do you get? Negative 20. So I'm reasonably confident I did it correctly. Okay? Yeah. One of the first original 3. And it makes no difference which one of these you use. Remember in a 2x2 system, once you find y or x, you go back to one of the first 2 equations. It makes no difference. I just chose the top one because it was all positive. That's what I did. I don't know. But it makes no difference. Okay, we're all right?